Brothers and sisters, I want to remind ourselves of the pledge we took of respecting all those around us. You got to help me train and raise up this granddaughter here. Her name is Grace. So she came to march with us, like a lot of the floquistas who are here from Ohio and North Carolina. All of you beautiful people from all different organizations, churches, religions, of all persuasions, all encompassing. We have different persuasions at times, but I want to remind you what Gandhi, after a deliberation with the anarchists, said. After listening to them patiently for 2 days, he says to them, you know, I can agree with you, but the most important decision that we have to make today is what is the next step that we can take together.
That's right. All right.
So today we're going to take the next step together. And here's what it is. Look, these campaigns aren't won in one day. When we took on the Campbell Soup Company, it took 8 years of strikes and boycotts.
All right.
But they finally capitulated. We did the Heinz Company, we did the Velasquez Pickle Company, we did the giant Dean Foods Corporation out of Chicago and its subsidiaries, Aunt Jane and Green Bay Foods. Then we took on in the South the Mount Olive Pickle Company that took 5 years before we persuaded them to sit down and negotiate an agreement with workers in North Carolina that we represent. Now we're asking RJ Reynolds to do the same. To sit down with those workers in the bottom of their supply chain.
That's right.
And now that since they don't listen to us, we're going to go to their partners. Their big financial partners is J.P. Morgan Chase.
That's right.
They're the ones that package the $500 million credit line to them every year. They're the ones that organize the consortium of banks that allow them to buy other companies. The last one was $22 billion. So J.P. Morgan has incredible influence on this company, and they're complicit in that role of helping RJ Reynolds exploit the farm workers that cart the tobacco. So that's what we're going with J.P. Morgan Chase. Now what we're asking you to do, all of you who have friends, neighbors who may have an account at J.P. Morgan, we're going to ask you to make a pledge that the day after Labor Day, all across this country, we withdraw millions of dollars from their bank if they don't sit down and negotiate an agreement with RJ Reynolds and FLOC. Because it don't make no sense for us to have money in that bank, and then they use that money to exploit us. That don't make no sense.
That's right.
And that ain't right, as our friends from New York say. That ain't right.
That ain't right.
So we're going to make it right by not allowing our money to be used against ourselves.
That's right.
So we're asking you, those who got that flyer that's been distributed all these last 3 days, to sign the pledge down below, or go to our website at FLOC.com. It's online. You can make your pledge saying, the day after Labor Day, I will withdraw a certain amount of money, and put the amount there so we can send a message to Chase that on that day we are withdrawing millions and millions of dollars from good people across this country. And hopefully someday those farm workers can finally find a measure of justice in their lives, because they're not coming here with their hand out. They're not coming here to work for nothing. They're coming here to feed and educate and clothe their families the same as every other human being wants. So we ask them to give them half a chance to feed, educate, and clothe their families. That's one of the rights, that human rights that every human being has in this world and in this country. And who are we to say to give it to some and deny it to others? That ain't right, and we're going to make it right, because it's for their sake that we're doing this. Because when they come and meet their on the judgment day, their maker, they're going to have to account for everything they did or everything that they didn't do. So let's help them do the right thing today, and ask them to support FLOC by getting RJ Reynolds to negotiate an agreement at the bottom of the people that create the wealth in the bottom of their supply chain. So, para adelante y hasta la victoria, as we say. I want to introduce the son of one of those field tobacco workers, whose father's been coming to this country for many years to harvest tobacco and other crops. He also is organizing all the undocumented workers in those Reynolds tobacco camps. I wanted to introduce to you from Tampa, San Luis Potosí, Diego Reyes.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How is it going?
Welcome.
Are we going to win?
Yeah.
Are we going to win?
Yeah.
Amen. My name is Diego Reyes, and I'm very proud being here with you. I am very proud of knowing that there is people. There are people concerned of justice. There are people concerned of poverty. There are people concerned of everything that is going on right now because of the oppression of these banks and these monster financial institutions. Aren't we in the availability to change this? Aren't we investing in these companies to make them richer richer and more powerful to oppress us and more powerful to decide whether what do we want, whether if we want more justice or not? They want to decide everything in the government. Right. They're going with every party. They're going with everybody in order to change their corporation status and make more personhood. Changing and distorting the Constitution. Distorting the law for their corporate greed.
That's right. That's right.
So, I'm very thankful because I know there is people concerned and we are going to win. We're telling RJ Reynolds to do the right and good thing, and we're telling the people around us to support us because this is a common injustice. It is not possible that in the 21st century we are facing slave-like conditions in North Carolina. We, the people who cut the tobacco for these big corporations, it is not possible that we are still facing this condition, miserable conditions under these big corporations and the banks with their complicitness of these human and labor rights violations. So I'm asking you for your support, and with God's help and with your help, we are going to win. So thank you. Hasta la